locked in your bright red lasers. I wish we could start again. Cocky Joe, I won't let go of your barnacled heart. Never, baby. You might have been, oh, a teensy bit mean to my friends, but I forgive you, Cocky Joe. Oh, I miss your moans and tempted and thrilled us, to bend us to his ways. Spent lives to pull them in, the human bait to tease them. Took us all for fools, it seems. We followed him right in with credits for the win. Not a man of science, only set on genocide, stoking those Stargard fires. Though his body died, a nemesis still is. Shines in the darkness. Caleb was driven by hate, not content with the mycard virus. He took his time to configure the states, raising fears of conquest, destroying Tanner and ages' power. We took the bait, hook, line, and sinker, following his plans like a puppet in his hands. Not a man of science, only set on genocide, stoking those Stargard fires. Though his body died, our nemesis still does. Came to every soul from F-22 for 60. Guardian artifacts were needed fast, and Caleb paid us deeply. For credits we will haul, and so the Proteus wave was built swiftly. Then the witch once again to call, defend this place while we finish the wave. More blood would flow, yeah. A massacre all day grow, blinded by the fortunes of war, dragged into the battle by credits and more. Salvation spoke, yeah. The galaxy awash it charging. He fought the wave, the Thuggots played dead, and we felt we had won, but it all went silent. It all went silent. And then there came a deafening thing, and then there came a deafening thing, and then there came a deafening, threatening, horrifying, mutilated, vengeful, hateful scream.
Hello and welcome to Lave Radio.
Greetings and welcome to Lave Radio.
Greetings, Commanders.
Greetings, Commanders.
The show that talks about the universe of Elite
and the development of the computer game Elite 4, known as Elite Dangerous,
and the fantastic
community that surrounds it.
Broadcast from an orange Sidewinder and hosted by a vending machine technician.
A place of nonsense and innuendo for forum dads.
A self-contained podcast 2 hours long.
Transmitting to every corner of the galaxy.
It's even louder than me.
The hottest show this side of Dizzo.
The name of the place.
Lave Radio.
Lave Radio.
Lave Radio.
Lave Radio.
Lave Radio.
Greetings, Commanders, and welcome to episode 558 of Lave Radio, the show that likes to talk about the universe of Elite Dangerous and the fantastic community that surrounds it. I'm your host, Commander Phoenix Fire, otherwise known as Colin Ford, Chief Archivist of Lave Radio, and joining me in the Orange Sidewinder bar for this episode, we have our Head of Health and Safety, that's Commander Edelweiss, otherwise known as Ben Moss Woodward.
Yeah, just everybody remember their filters, okay?
Why are you smoking something heavy, are you?
Things might be going a bit crazy, yeah.
Okay. On the subject of a bit crazy, we've got our SRV Banksy. That would be Commander Alec Turner.
I resemble that remark. 070.
And, of course, we have our Staff Liaison Officer, Commander Psychit, otherwise known as Claire.
Hello.
Hello. Now, if you wish, you can join us live. I think we've got the little big yin steering wistfully out the window today. The Chris Mark IV is busy staring at a network hub done somewhere down south. So please send him his sympathy. So if you can get to us in game, you can always join our Twitch chat, which you can access through laveradio.com/live. Click on the live chat, or you can go straight to twitch.tv/laveradio, or we're also on YouTube as well. So hello to all you in the chat room. So let's quickly go around the crew, see what they've been up to this week, and we'll start with Alec.
Pretty quiet week, really. Bit of gardening at the weekend. Disposing of some weird yellow mushroom that we failed to identify that freaked us out.
Did you put it in a pan and try it?
Oh,
no,
God, no. God, don't know. God, why?
God, you hear such horrific stories. Oh, I don't even want to go into them. I've heard, wasn't there? I'm not thinking the recent news story. There was a story a long time ago about somebody who accidentally gave some mushrooms to her husband,
there was.
And he went bonkers and was running around in his pants with an axe or something. I can't remember. Anyway. Yeah, no, definitely not.
Better than being dead.
Well,
the one in the trial that's just finished in Australia, where the woman had poisoned all her in-laws with mushrooms for her steak.
Yes, quite deliberately, and entirely more sinister than the story I was thinking of. So yeah, out of game, nothing remarkable. In game, I've been doing a load of buckyball racing. Actually, I've been quite torn, I suppose, because Frontier rather annoyingly dropped a very interesting thing to see that was quite a long way away from the buckyball race. So I nipped over there and did a load of bioscanning, which we'll come on to later. And I also just did an awful lot of tourism around the place because I think they look gorgeous. Actually, a slight aside, we'll get onto it more later. But I did I made a video, which I'll mention in Community Corner, and I posted it, and somebody on Reddit said something to the effect of, have Reddit improved the quality of their video player? Because this looks stunning. To which my response was, no, it's the HIP 87621 effect. It's technically impossible to take a photograph of HIP 87621 that doesn't look stunning.
100%.
I challenge anyone to take a bad photo of the place. It's amazing. Yeah, so I did a bit of that, and then I came back, and I've been doing some buckyball racing, which we'll talk more about later. But it's been good to have a buckyball race back. I'm enjoying it lots. It's very good, and it's getting very competitive now.
Excellent. Claire.
Hi. What have I been up to? It's been a bit of a week on the back of all of the news that I had the week before. I'm still sort of like processing really bad news and getting more information because it's really early days and all of that kind of stuff. I know I'm being vague about it, but some of you know, some of you don't know, and I'm gonna keep it like that if that's okay. But I've been doing a lot of sort of like trying to get my head in the right space. I think it's probably a good way of describing it. But in the interim, a couple of weeks ago, N7 Day happened, and I have a Google Drive that is legitimately full of fan fiction. I'm just going to call it what it is. It's full of fan fiction that I have written and never published. And I went through some of it the other day, around N7 Day, and I was like, hey, if I give this a little bit of an edit and a judge up, I actually think I might be proud of posting some of this shit. So I'm currently just writing and finding this creative streak that I'd lost like a few years ago, and have like really, really dove into just writing and writing and writing. I'm currently genuinely, I'm on chapter 12 is going out tonight of I always butcher this word, epilostory. I want to say epilostory. It's a letter writing, like letters writing, messages writing, story. So it's told through messages sent to each other, and that's doing pretty well, and people are responding to it nicely, and those kind of things. I'm got this new further, and then I opened another one the other day, and I shit you not, it's 12,000 words.
Wow.
I've written a fucking novel and didn't post it anywhere. So and it isn't finished, but I read it, and there was some epistolary. Epistolary is the word. Thank you, Kremen, for typing it in chat so I can pronounce it properly. But yeah, and then there's another one that's like 12,000 words, and I was like, why have I not just like gone back through this and looked at it? And I read it, and it did, like, one of the lines genuinely made me howl out loud, and I was like, oh, that's actually quite fun. I'm gonna play about with this and actually finish this and start posting that as well. So that's like 11, 12 chapters in, but that is a fucking epic. And it's been really fun to go back and look at some work that I did when I was feeling really creative and inspired to do stuff that isn't just play video games on a camera and do that kind of thing, and actually go deep into a different part of the creative mind. And it's taken my mind off all of the other shit that's going on, and it's been a really nice creative outlet and a distraction. Have I left the house? No. But each stage would be take each step at a time, Claire, and see how you get on with that. Game wise, I'd be remiss to say that our friend Kat May, who you might know, who used to work for Frontier, now works for Secret Mode. And Secret Mode are currently running Cozy Quest, which is a Steam sale, but they're also alongside raising money for the Trevor Project, who are an amazing LGBTQIA plus charity who specifically work to help prevent suicides within the queer youth, which is really such an important charity, especially in this day and age with all of the shit that's going on. But there's like loads of stuff on there, so I implore you to take a look. And while you're there, consider donating to the Trevor Project as well, because they're amazing folks. I might be cheeky and put a link in the show notes to that. But yeah, that's pretty much been my week. Like some stuff happened in Elite, and it was fun, and I had a look at that too. But it's been a busy week, man, and it's going to be a busy week for the rest of the week.
Well, I look forward to your take on 50 Shades of Garrus, and...
Oh, no. Oh, no, I don't write smart. I'm not good at smart. Smart is not for me. I leave that to professionals who write it very, very well. And there's loads of it. If you want that on AO3, go ahead and do that. I'll quite happily just write like the fluff and all of that kind of thing. That's fine by me.
About the preparation for the smart.
I fade to fucking black, mate.
You mentioned Garrett and you fade to summit.
The fade to black technique is tried and tested, and I will not be moving away from that.
The Truman Show. Oh no, they don't show anything graphic. They just show these curtains in the distance.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Which brings us to Ben. How are you, Ben?
I have actually made it out of the house tonight. Not tonight. Well, tonight as well, but this week. I went off to see Predator Badlands and The Running Man at the cinema. And I loved them both. I right enjoyed them. If you've seen Prey, Predator Badlands is by the same guy or the same director. And yeah, I was horrified and mildly amazed when I learned, hold on, this Predator's a PG-13? Or is it 12A in the UK?
Somewhere. Yeah.
And I was like, that ain't right. That can't be right. But no, it is actually it is that, and it's actually quite good.
Yeah, you know how they got around.
Yeah, they've got green blood and they're killing
green blood
synths.
and white gunk, and that's it.
Yeah, green blood and synths.
Yes.
If you were a red blood, it would be 18 and my god, horrific. But because it's white, that's okay.
So yes, there you go. So if you ever want to basically decapitate Mr. Spock, then you only get a PG-12 rating, but you cut off Captain Kirk's head, it's an 18.
Yeah. But yeah, I really enjoyed Predator Badlands. Surprisingly, how much I enjoyed it actually, and equally surprisingly, The Running Man wasn't the cheese fest of the 80s. It was actually quite a good story.
There's some good in jokes.
It is a good story.
Somebody told me The Money has got Arnold Schwarzenegger's face.
It does, yes. Yeah,
nice touch.
Yeah. That made me chuckle when I saw that.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. In other real life things, my headphones were dying, and I replaced them with. I don't know how you pronounce the name of the company, but it's either Audies or Odyssey. And I got the set of their headphones, which I am trialing essentially for the first time tonight. And so far I can hear you, so that's a good sign. But apparently they're nice headphones. So maybe it's going to make you all sound absolutely beautiful or something. I don't know. So, in-game wise, like everybody else, I've been doing the CG. I'm assuming we're going to be talking about it later.
Yep.
I've tried doing essentially the CG in Star Citizen, and basically gave up because I couldn't find people I needed to work with for the final bit of it. On a reliable basis with the game working reliably. So after doing it a couple of times, I've kind of gave up on that, which is a bit of a shame because I'm going to miss out on a paint job for a ship I like. But
is it like a co-op CG?
Yeah, basically for the final part of the thing, you've got to kill the same woman 15 times.
Okay.
Don't ask me how that works, but she's
got 15 lives.
You got to go and kill her,
that has 15
and then you got to go kill her, and you get that final "you killed me, I'm dead" kind of scream.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get a mission to go and kill her again.
Okay.
Because of course you do.
You must be getting really sick of that. It's like the Doctor getting regenerated every time he goes around that loop.
I got better.
Yeah.
Walk it off. You die, you walk it off. That's what Captain America says, isn't it?
Yeah, knock it off. Sounds good. Been still playing a bit of Pokemon. Still playing RimWorld. I discovered something yesterday actually called by the name of Flight Gear, which is an old but constantly evolving flight sim that's open source and free. And because it's open source and because it's free, there's you've got some things which are just completely off the wall. You've got some things which are completely shit. And then you've got other things which are okay. That's absolutely amazing.
If it doesn't have a flying Thomas the Tank Engine, it's not worth it.
There might well be. I have seen cars in there, and I know there's a UFO. The graphics and everything like that of the if you played Flight Sim, Microsoft Flight Sim, it goes in and streams out the local satellite view essentially that is all bought and paid for and looks really quite amazing. This does the same, but it's like the OpenStreetMap version of it, and is quite a bit shitter. But it still has the fourth road and rail bridge and things like that in it. So I was able to fly over Edinburgh and identify locations. But it doesn't, the ground just doesn't look as pretty as it does in Flight Sim. But then they're probably paying an absolute fortune for that data.
Well, it's Microsoft. They can afford it.
They can.
Right. When they don't get a denial of service attack.
Yeah.
Right.
What have you been up to, Colin?
What have I been up to? Well, let's say work, obviously, cleaning, because just everything's a mess. And, like everybody else, we'll be talking about the CG later. And a phenomenal amount of Final Fantasy 16, because I've really got into it, and I've just got... I just got past that satisfying bit where the character who should die does die. Spoiler alert. But, never has there been a time when you went, yep, you deserve that. Tatty bye.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you think Kai Shen's bad. This particular character, she makes Cersei just look like an angel princess. So I'll obviously just... Yes. So, yeah, a lot of Elite as well. And, we'll be talking about that later. So, let's have a look at the development news. What have the devs said this week? Well, surprisingly enough, it did seem that the release that came with the Dodec didn't go down as well when everybody worked out what the numbers were. So practically the next day they came out with update on balancing changes to the system development. So they've reined back the base starter bonuses that you've got, and they don't penalize you as much for the other items. It's still a bit of a hit. And I must admit, when I went back into my system, I couldn't work out, because all of a sudden I had an extra level 2. So I have got 4 level 2 points, so I only need another 2 to get a Dodec. So I'm tempted now to actually work my way up to get one. Believe it or not, maybe treat myself for Christmas.
Probably, I was going to say it will be out by then, but it won't be. It'll be probably January, February time.
Probably February.
If it follows as they said, it follows a.
If it follows a similar duration.
Yeah.
I couldn't decide whether they meant it will follow a similar model, in that there will be a limited period, or whether they were being sneaky about that, or whether they really meant it would be a similar period of time. We will see.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not going to boil my head on it, because it'll be one of those things that ends up spawning a 150 page post on the forum. So
yeah.
But yes, an open letter.
Yeah, this rolling back the colonization stuff was interesting. I had two thoughts on it actually, if I can remember that. I'll mention my first and then see if the second one comes back to me because I've forgotten it now. I did think, I don't know, just that on the back of the whole, as Zach said, we're happy with colonization now. It's coming out of beta, and then right on the tail end of all of that, they suddenly announced this completely out of the blue. Oh, we're going to whack all these numbers up, by the way. And then, like, the crowd goes ballistic, and then within a day of that, they're like, "Oh, we changed our mind. We're going to wind them down a bit." My first thought was, "Are you sure you want to take it out of beta? You don't seem very happy with it. You don't really seem to know what you're doing."
Yeah, it didn't really sort of cry out, "We're confident."
It did not. It did not.
Oh.
It was kind of like, and I mean, we obviously we talked about it at length last week, and we talked about the general sense of confusion, and there was an awful lot of people who were saying, "Oh, realistically, I don't think it's going to affect anything, or it's not really going to make that much of a difference." However, in the space of one day, it made enough of a difference for Frontier to wind it back as much as they did, which was quite a substantial wind back. Yeah. So for those people going, "Oh, I don't think it really made enough of a difference," clearly for some people it did, to the extent that Frontier saw that it made so much of a difference. And I think that is it's difficult because we only saw it for a day for us to be 100% certain. But when you started hearing people saying, "Oh, they were losing 5 ships and they lost nearly all of their A-rated modules that they had available, and they'd worked really hard to make this system a really nice system." And I think there were a number of individuals who were impacted rather than just one person who'd done so much. And I don't necessarily even think that it was a particularly loud person who could bitch in all the right places. Do you know what I mean? And I'm glad that Frontier recognized it, but also it's like, are you sure?
What I don't quite understand, because I felt like I felt like they'd been very cagey about it, and then we started to get a glimpse of what the actual issue was. And the actual issue was that people had built systems that were, frankly, better than, Shinrata in all but name, and kind of, which wasn't the intention. And that a lot of the numbers that sort of feed into the CG were basically being maxed out. And what I don't understand, like it felt to me that the thing that mostly annoyed the community, whether the community truly understood it or not, was this notion that suddenly your initial starport was going to count significantly differently from all the other stuff rather than the other way around. I don't know that it was the numbers that specifically annoyed most of the community. It was just that sense of, hang on a minute, you're swapping things around.
Yeah.
And what I don't really understand is why they didn't just, behind the scenes, without even really telling us the numbers, just lower all the numbers across the board. If people are basically getting to 100%, scale everything by 80% or something. I don't understand why
it became complicated.
Why they did it in a way that people, that wound people up. They
incentivized
tone everything down because the numbers are getting too big.
Numbers are getting too big. There are too many systems where people have dropped 2, 3, 4 things in, and I've got everything that they want. So we're just going to wind it back. You might need to put an extra couple of things in your system to make it meet those goals again. Because at the end of the day, I'm very, and I said this last week, I'm very, very much of the opinion that why does it matter that we've got a dozen Shinratas that are great? Why is it so much of a problem for people to have gotten the best that they can out of their system and now moving on to another system to do exactly the same? I don't get what the issue is with that.
My thinking on an across the board sort of scaling was one of the issues with sort of rebalancing it, if you like, with the initial starport and subsequent
Mhm.
starport, is that people had done work based on the previous rules to achieve an end result. And if they had simply scaled everything across the board, then none of that work would be invalid. They still did the
Yeah.
right thing. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
by
and
changing
it
the
would
bias, it's like suddenly you're saying you've all done the wrong thing.
Yeah, and it also then justifies them saying, well, it was a beta, so we did make it easier for you so we could see how it would perform. And now we're just scaling everything back a little bit. Now it's out of beta, rather than doing this weird waiting thing for certain. I don't. Yeah.
Anyway, they have their reasons and
Yeah.
whatever.
Mhm.
One of the reasons that they highlighted was the fact that they're testing it out with the new BGS fixes, which we've got research people looking into it, i.e. the loose screws will just tell us whether or not all the all the power play and all the BGS is now sort of balanced out between the two.
I'm waiting for the Ian Doncaster master thread, personally.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's probably in the joy of numbers at the moment.
He is the top man who is working on it for me.
You will know when people they put the Ark of the Covenant away and they said,
yeah. That's what I was referring to, Colin. Thank you.
Yes. See,
Also,
picked up with that. Right.
Yeah, talking of spreadsheets, would you say Ian Doncaster or Milston Barn?
Oh,
Milston Barn does like his spreadsheets too.
We're gonna have a spreadsheet off.
I love a spreadsheet. I love a spreadsheet too. I will quite happily adjudicate that war.
There's an easy way for them to work out which are the best spreadsheets. Shove them both in EVE Online and see which does the best.
Oh,
right.
No. Yeah, okay.
No, we wouldn't be that cruel. Right. Okay. The other bit of development news. Psychic, do you want to take this one?
It's so exciting. Frontier has been nominated for the very, very, very first time for a Game Award. Don't get me wrong. Don't get excited. It ain't for Elite, but it is for Jurassic World Evolution 3. They have been nominated for Best Simulation/Strategy Game, which is a stupid category. It should be split into two. But you can vote for them at thegameawards.com. Don't go now as I'm saying this, because it's so freaking broken. But they have been nominated with for Jurassic World Evolution 3 at the Game Awards, and it's so exciting. I've been playing a lot of it. It is a marvelous game. Full disclosure, I've ad gifted, all of that shit, but it is a marvelous game, and I can't recommend it enough. But big well done to Sandro and the rest of the team who have worked on Jurassic World Evolution 3 to bring it out.
Space loaches getting eaten by dinosaurs. That's what we want to hear.
Yeah.
What, if anything, has Jurassic World Evolution 3 done so much better than Planet Blanco?
Then it's not the same game as Planet Coaster 2 or Jurassic World, and then the previous two Jurassic World Evolutions. Someone said in chat the other day that Jurassic World Evolution 3 makes Jurassic World 1 and 2 feel like the beta tests for Jurassic World Evolution 3. It has family units for not all of them, but there are every dinosaur with the exception of the hybrid has a full family unit, so you can get a male, a female, and a baby version. It has shifted focus, in my opinion. It has shifted focus from watch how well these dinosaurs fight each other. There are still those interactions, but it is now more about it leans more towards family units surviving. And the campaign, I've completed the campaign. I've 5-starred every map on the campaign. I'm gonna like puff out my cheeks and say that the achievement you get is a gold-plated statue of Cabot Finch, which is great. But it's a really beautiful campaign. Jeff Goldblum has made me cry on no more than 3 occasions. It is an excellent, excellent game. It deserves every accolade. I wasn't expecting it to get a Game Award nod. I was expecting it to get a Best British Game at the BAFTAs, and that would probably be about it. And this also made me cry hearing this news. So I just think it's so spectacular, and also it's got all the modular building as well. So if you I haven't touched the modular building yet. We know I'm going to build a castle, but
I've not played any of the Jurassic Park Evolution games, but I have played the Plango games.
Yeah.
And I think they're absolutely fantastic. So
absolutely.
What I'm trying to figure out and fight is why is this? What does this do so much better?
It has dinosaurs in it, Ben.
Good reason,
it has dinosaurs in it. It has a really, really good. I'm very aware that this is an elite podcast, so I don't want to talk about this for much longer. But it has dinosaurs in it. It is an incredibly popular franchise now, especially now with them trying to reboot it with that god awful film again.
Do dinosaurs actually beat capybaras?
Yes. What a stupid question. Yes, absolutely they do. Listosaurus would like a fucking word.
Yeah, well, you got to also remember that people die when these dinosaurs escape. So that's
so funny.
People die when lions
it's so funny. It's so funny. The first time that you get an injured dinosaur and you have to go and send your medic out to check the injured dinosaur, and it comes back and the dinosaur is injured because it swallowed a mobile phone, is my favourite injury. That's an oopsie doodle on my behalf, but yeah, it's an excellent game. Yeah. Go and vote for it if you can. It's wonderful.
Well, we're going to leave dinosaurs here because unless we can start hunting them on planets, we're not going to be interested. So I'm going to hand over to Alec for the community news.
And now to the community coroner.
It's a dead game, innit, mate?
So first up, we have an amazing video of dinosaur hunting on a planet. Funny though, wouldn't it? First up, we have a cool video actually that's hit the for some reason it's hit the YouTube Zeitgeist. 94,000 views at the last watch. Called "Player Made Outpost Orbiting a Black Hole" by Crazy Hank. And it is a fun video, so it's one of these colonization quirks. Somebody's put an outpost and it's ended up in quite tight orbit around a black hole. And it's really trippy. Mildly. Yeah, it's really trippy. It's a really fun video, and there's, it's got lots of sort of subtitles and wackiness going on, so it's just a fun video anyway. What I really like, there's a few things that are pretty cool in it. I need to go out to this place and check it out if it's still there. But what I really like, which I've never seen before, is at one point he decides to launch some planetary DSS probes. So they go flying off, and the trail they leave, and obviously, and he's come out of DSS mode, so he's back piloting the ship, but you can still see the trail of his probes. But then what does he do? Does he turn flight assist off or something? I can't remember. But
he was doing weird things with and without flight assist, yeah.
Yeah, but it's so cool because suddenly these probes are just tracing these spirograph arcs all over the sky, and they leave this trail so you can see everywhere they've been, and they're literally making all these squiggly lines, and it's really cool. I've never seen anything quite like it. So yeah, well worth a watch, and looks like a fun place to visit. Next up, it's not too much. Just a quick mention to the Distant Worlds 3 podcast, which we're shouting out every week anyway. It's a fortnightly thing. They've dropped episode 3. I haven't listened to it yet, but it's about Meta Elite this time. So last week's was kind of about setting up the website and the back-end database and registration and all of that stuff, which was quite interesting. And this week is about Meta Elite, which is, and so what the blurb says, this time we have the Meta Elite team with us, and we're doing a deep dive into DW3's official companion app. So this is the app that will kind of drive the narrative side of DW3 and provide personal and group objectives and missions, a bit like the French Elite Dangerous kind of thing does for DW3. So yeah, it'd be quite interesting to hear what they've done. Next is a video. I threw this in because I was very light on community news at one point, but I made a video called A Forest. 0 points for guessing what the soundtrack is, and being a Cure fan. And it's me driving around one of the HIP 87621 forests in an SRV, just doing a bit of hooning. Those sights are just so gorgeous, I couldn't resist it. Next up is it's just a short, actually. I very rarely throw out shorts, but it's Pete. It's got so many different names. It's the Project SimStar guy, Pete Commander Wacko, the guy that's got this fantastic full motion rig who streams on Project SimStar. I think it is Twitch TV Project SimStar, but it's a little short. He's constantly tinkering and adding new things to his setup, and he's now got a smoke machine. And I think he did it as a bit of a sort of Halloween novelty, but he's actually going to hook it up so that when like his ship takes damage or overheats, he will have literal smoke filling the room.
Crazy! Awesome. I love it so much.
Yeah, it's wild. It's such a cool idea.
We wanted to do that with Artemis at LaveCon. So whenever the ship got hit, there'd be exploding consoles and smoke machines. But the hotel would never let us. It was a fire hazard.
Well, obviously.
Yeah, I'm guessing this guy's in his garage, so he can do whatever the fuck he likes, frankly. As long as it doesn't kill himself, which he nearly did on the Drachia rally. But yeah, good stuff. And last of all, a shout out for Mountains of Madness, the buckyball race I mentioned last week. It's now on. It runs until next Monday, so there's loads of time to get involved. There are 2 classes, as usual. There's Unlimited, or we should probably just call it the Mandalay class and be done with, frankly. But you can fly in something else if you want, I suppose. The Unlimited class, you can have in any engineering and any ship, and obviously a lot more jump range. And then we have a regulation class Cobra Mark 5, which is a prescribed build with no engineering and sort of moderate components with a lot less jump range. So there's 2 completely different courses, which I think confused some people slightly. So it's all about these amazing colonization sites where people have plonked things on top of mountains and on the side of cliffs, and so they're all stunning locations. And to try and get as many of those locations into a race as possible, there's 2 completely different courses. So Unlimited goes around 3 other sites, and Regulation goes around 4 much closer sites. So it's a really good, even if you're not particularly interested in the racing side of it, it's effectively a really good guided tour to some really cool looking sites. But while you're at it, why not try and do it fast? And beat in reverse order currently. In Unlimited, we have Martin Jameson in 3rd place in doing the circuit in 20 minutes 42. Me, I've just managed to break 20 minutes, so 19 minutes 47. And Shay Blackwood, 18 minutes 30, who I'm never going to catch, but I will give it a damn good go. And then in regulation class, we have Martin Jameson again in 3rd in 22 minutes. So they're both races are 20-30 minute range. Tobias von Brandt. Oh, sorry, yeah. Did I say Martin Jameson 3rd. Me again in 2nd, and curse him, Tobias von Brandt 3 seconds faster than me, currently in 1st place. But that will be changing tomorrow, Tobias. I promise you. I'm coming for you. And a whole bunch of other people as well. It's really good fun, really good course.
Excellent.
Link. Yeah, there's a link in the show notes to all the details, but it's pretty simple. You're going to do it on Thursday, Claire?
And probably not. No, I want to do some CG stuff on Thursday. I don't know necessarily. It's fallen at a really tricky time. There's a lot of stuff going on, so I don't know necessarily whether I'm going to be able to squeeze it in. I do want to go around the stations, though. That's something I'm going to do regardless whether or not I actually compete is another thing. But I do want to take a trip around the station, so that might be my contribution. Will be just like having a wee meander around the stations and have a look and see what they're like. Nice. Unfortunately, this time isn't in my favour. So don't worry, people in 8th place. You can keep your 8th place.
It's all right. Epaphras has us covered. He's been streaming it.
Yes, exactly. I've watched Epaphras streaming. I've watched Epaphras streaming here, so that's very cool. So I'm Team Epaphras this time, and not Team me doing anything.
Yay, Epaphras! We'll just wave little E flags. So
you haven't made yourself an Epaphras flag? Bad times. I'll have to get you all stocked up next time I see you.
Right. Now, if you have a community event taking place soon and you would like us to shout about it over the airways, tweet the crew at Lave Radio or Blue Skiers, or email info@laveradio.com, or Alec will hunt you down. Because he does.
I love how aggressive that sounds. Let's make sure we keep it aggressive. Alec will find you.
I'll find you.
We'll find you. Oh, no. Right, the in-game events. What has been happening this week? Well, there's only been one thing which has happened this week, and that is EP 87621 has now been opened to everybody in the Pilots Federation. First of all, it should be said that everybody went in for this, and the adders were out in force. How shall I put this? But that seems to have settled down now. So everybody jumped in. I think everybody first found the missing Sidewinder for Territora, who is still missing.
Yep.
We got, if spoiler alert if you haven't done this, but if you fly into the system, you will find Territora's ship, and there's a message in there that obviously didn't get out, but there's no body. So
there's also the message says about having a second beacon, does it not? It says I'm going to try and get a second message out to you.
Yeah, it says try and get a second message out to you, but obviously that message didn't go. Otherwise,
unless she's halfway across the galaxy being hauled out there by the October Consortium, and we're going to find a message from her in like maybe, I don't know, 6 months fucking time. What is time?
What is time? Yes, well, the normal length at the moment. Yes, and what was there was a new plant. Not just any plant. This is a massive, what looks like single organism forest, and several of the local planets. And I must admit, you can then scan them. There are bits for you to scan on this on these trees. I think the best thing we can call them. And yes, and of course the CG's kicked off. So we'll just quickly go around everybody. What were your first impressions of this, Psychic?
I really loved. It was really funny jumping in and getting the Movada screen in front of a bunch of people. That was really fun. I enjoyed that. It wasn't Movada. I can't remember what it was, but it was almost exactly on the dot of 4, which was really fun. It's I was initially super excited. I've not done that much of it because I haven't really been in games since jumping in on the Thursday, which is another reason why I can't do the Rocky Ball stuff. But I am I'm always excited to see Odyssey get love. Always excited for Odyssey to get love. Now, I did think initially that this CG was the first Odyssey CG, But I've been reliably informed that it isn't, because there was a CG to collect the like the Titan biosample things. I didn't think there was a CG, but I believe. I'm going to paraphrase this, but I think Noski was corrected by Ian Doncaster on the forums when Noski said this exact thing, that it was the first Odyssey CG, that it's the second, which is wild that it's been out for like 5 years and it's the second Odyssey CG. But I believe wholeheartedly that this is the first one with only an Odyssey reward.
Correct.
Yes.
That's my understanding too.
That is my understanding as well.
Which is so exciting. And we're obviously about time, and leads very, very nicely into a very long discussion about operations and how that is also about time. I think it's really dope. I don't think I've taken so many pictures in that bloody hour that I was there. I took so many pictures. I took 8 samples. I had a lovely time. I was like, I'm in the wrong suit for this. This is the only only Artemis. Is it an Artemis suit? Yeah, this is the only Artemis suit I have, because I've not done anything in Artemis. I think it's like a level 4 or something like that. So I really want that CG reward suit. So yes. But at least there isn't like a bonus or anything, or you can pay for a suit that expedites it for you or anything along those lines. So yeah, I feel like I'm going to go back in and do a lot more so I can make sure that I'm in the top 75%, so I get that suit. It's not making me want to go and do more exo bio or anything like that. I just had a lot of fun around it because it's something new and they're really creepy looking.
Yeah, they are really atmospheric.
Yeah, really creepy looking. And the fact that they're on really hot planets as well adds a level to it. There's loads of like extra bits to it, which like it's faceted, and it doesn't feel like, okay, we've given you one system and it's giving you this. It feels like there is going to be this is going to be built on, and there's a lot of like little things, like even in the codex and in the Galnet article and things and stuff along those lines, which have got people quite excited for potential futures that might see people going under the surface of a planet at some times, which is very cool.
Yes.
There you go. That was my thoughts. Ramble.
Alec, what's your take on it?
It is so photogenic. As I sort of said at the start of the show, it's insanely photogenic. I've just seen hundreds and hundreds of, to be honest, almost identical screenshots, but every single one of them just look. Yeah, it's one of the most photogenic things they've done. Maybe up, next to the Spire sites or something. So it's lovely. I like it. I've seen some comments of people saying it's almost like an intro to exobiology, and I've seen so many comments like in system chat that make it quite apparent that an awful lot of people have never done any exobiology whatsoever. So in some ways, it's not a bad primer for exobiology, whether or not that means anything, and they're leading us somewhere, deliberately or not, in that it teaches you what suit you need to wear and how to get the Dyson scanner out and what the 2 buttons do. In some ways, it's very misleading because exobiology isn't really like this, in that normally you're roving around a planet. They're not marked for you, from orbit. So there's aspects that are very different. Obviously, there's a flip side to it. I really like it. I really like these sort of sites. I really like sightseeing. I love just flying around them and driving around them, and I can do it for hours, taking screenshots, and I love all that stuff. The actual gameplay, I think there is a fair criticism that it is mindlessly repetitive to the point that you don't even need to explore the forest at all. You can just park next to the first 3 trees, scan the first tree, scan the second tree, scan the third tree, And then you can literally, once the little animation's finished, scan the thing you just scanned again, and then find 3 other spots, and then just repeat.
And again.
So it's just round and round and round and round and round. So I do get it. I do get the criticisms that the gameplay is a bit lacking.
Repetitive. Yes.
But this isn't it. People are saying, "Is this it?" And it's clearly not. In terms of the crash ship and the logs, there's more to come. So this might just, and I've seen so many theories. The theories are awesome. I've seen people taking Guardian relics to these places because this annoys me. I'm sorry that this annoys me for the people that have said this, but it irritates me that people, just because it's a shade of blue, immediately start going, it's Guardian. It's not even the same fucking shade, and like it's
100%.
It's blue. It's
Alec,
definitely
I'm
Guardian.
shaking your hand across the internet. Holy shit!
Oh,
Yes,
my
please.
God. And then they've reused a little chittering sound, like if you happen to be standing next to one of the vents, when just before it blows, there's like a little sort of like a little chittering noise, and people have said that sounds a bit like the chittering noise at the spire. So it's Thargoid. It must be Thargoid.
No, it's something new. It's something new. Let that die, my guys.
Yeah. And then what else have I seen? There was something else funny that I saw. I can't remember. I've seen so many crackpot theories. We don't know where it's going yet.
Yeah, I think I love a theory. I love a theory as much as the next person. I just don't. I think I like Alec and I will be quite happy if this doesn't end up in like a big spore situation where it's a virus and it spreads. We think that's the wrong decision. I'm putting my words in Alec's mouth.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I don't think it's going there now.
We accept it. We accept it not being a thing. But I think my problem is, like, I love a theory. It's when people like full chest with it with fact, and that's my issue. Oh, it's definitely Thargoid. It's definitely it's definitely Guardian. It's because it's blue, so it has to be.
It's got a hint of blue. It's definitely Guardian.
Well, isn't there another one which has got like? Isn't there some kind of like other phallic shaped planet in the galaxy that's also blue? Is that also Guardian? I'm pretty sure I've come across a phallic-shaped plant.
Yeah.
Oh, there are so many phallic-shaped plants.
Yeah, and I'm sure
you are.
Sure, some of them are blue as well.
Sorry, I should let Colin and Ben talk. There is clearly a resource that we don't know about yet, because why have all the superpowers all built bases around it, and that's yet to be answered. So that's interesting.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I was going to bring that up, but we'll move on to Ben first.
Yeah, I mean, like Claire and Alec have both said, this place is so damn pretty. I mean, Alec went off and at the beginning of the show threw out a challenge of you can't take a bad screenshot. And I literally just like stared down at the ground.
Yeah, that's so silly though, Ben.
I mean, you can. Okay.
But look at the textures in that screenshot. It's not unpretty. For this is literally a black screenshot. It almost looks like the ground of a planet or something. I can see texture maps in there, and it's not unpretty even that. And I was like, oh, for God's sake!
It's really cool. It's a really good bit of design.
I worry that people are reading too much into this, and we wind up. Hey, here, have some flowers, and you can scan it, and. Next week we're going off and driving around a racecourse, or whatever.
Yeah, it's definitely not over.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
How many features have you seen that Frontier have done something and dropped it? It happens all the time. I don't want people to get disappointed.
Why are the superpowers all there, Ben? That has to be a resource.
There's definitely there have been all of the pawns have moved into place now for them to just open this up and go, okay, yep, it's these cool mushroomy things. That's your lot. It doesn't feel right.
It doesn't feel right, but then again, we've had so many other things that didn't feel right, but have just been dropped.
Give an example.
I would say the stuff that you're referring to, Ben. I think I don't think they've dropped things in the last couple of years. You're quite right. They have in the past, and for us old timers, it is quite horrible when you go back over some of the stuff that happened with the Gnosis and some of the older stuff that they never got back to. But I think at the moment, this is the kickoff point for operations which will be coming later. And
question. I've got an actual question. When you say, "Oh, what happened with the Gnosis?" Are you talking about like when it jumped into the coal sector and got attacked by Thargoids?
What I meant was that when it jumped into there was miscommunication from Frontier. The actual event didn't start in the right way, and basically it soured an awful lot of goodwill that had been built up over the whole event. So it was the usual case of and this is exactly the same kind of thing that I think Ben is alluding to.
Right.
The event started, everyone got really excited about it. Something went wrong when the event kicked off, and everybody, the vast majority of players didn't forgive Frontier for what happened, even though they fixed things very, very quickly.
So it was
not just the Gnosis, Colin, but what about the the mega ships that nom everything that we recently had alluded to in the Halloween.
The Dredger clans.
We had all of that stuff, and we had great resources. We had voice logs all done for that, and it went nowhere. It was a one-off thing, and it's come back in a very, very minor way a couple of times. Like in the Halloween thing, they didn't even send us to a threshold of whatever the hell, the Dredger. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't. That was like again. That was really, I think, just a little fun event for our Halloween. I don't think they were going to make a big update over it.
And also,
but they did go off and invest a lot of time and money making the resources for it, making the custom animation, making the custom models, doing the voice stuff for it.
What voice stuff?
Drop it.
What voice stuff?
I thought there was voice stuff with stuff.
No, there's no voice stuff.
So we just got the models then, but still.
So I think you're talking about the Holloway Bioscience facility, right? Holloway Bioscience facility with the spiders, and they got picked up by the Phagos clan.
I can't remember. I just remember
that was just like a mention of Phagos, because the final joke was the captain saying, "Oh, it's better than being eaten alive," and they were going onto a cannibal ship. No sign of any ship, and it happened in the past. The other mention in the last Halloween thing, they mentioned the Will guy mentioned that they were this family that he was chasing were worse than the Phagos clan, and never mentioned a dredger in that. The last time we had the dredgers actually in the game was during the Golconda.
Yeah,
but this is kind of what I'm getting at. They've invested the stuff for the dredger clans,
right?
And we're never seeing the damn things.
The dredgers just feel like a mystery group that can turn up, randomly, occasionally do something and bugger off again, and I think that is their role.
Well, why can't these just randomly turn up, show up, do something?
It's not,
these
there's a cliffhanger in the log.
Yeah. There is a thread in the log, and also
being serious. I think you're right. I've seen it happen, and I don't want that. I don't want to be disappointed.
With the best will in the world, Ben, the examples that you're giving are utter pish, and you're giving examples of things that aren't finished, that have full story arcs and final beats. So I'm confused about the examples you're giving. I get Colin's example, but the examples that you're giving have an arc and a finish, and I've only just mentioned dredger clans. And as Alex says, the dredger clans drop in and out.
Yeah. I mean,
right, so what about CQC? What about?
Oh, look.
What about that shit version of Teams or whatever? Not Teams, the other one. The Hollow Me stuff.
Multi-crew.
There could have been so much stuff.
Yeah, multi-crew.
And it was just like,
you're on a
hey,
much
here's an
bigger,
idea.
you're on a
No,
much
shit,
bigger
drop it.
tangent here about Frontier not always doing things brilliantly.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's calm it down a bit here, because the stuff that you're on about, Ben, those are busted functions. We know that they're busted functions. They have been busted for years. We've always known about them, but they are going back over these functions and redoing them, such as power play and
Power play things, yeah.
Yeah, and to a certain degree, squadrons. Now, well, if and when they get round to actually fixing those busted issues, then hopefully we will see that happen. But those are big. What is it? The half-year thing. Normally they update one function and put a new function in. So next year it might be they might fix CQ6.
No, they won't, Colin.
Sorry. Okay.
You tried. Well done, mate. I appreciate you.
They might put in better stuff for the crew. In fact, actually, they might put better stuff in for the crew for what we're talking about later.
Yeah.
But we'll touch on that in a bit. But I know what you're saying. In the past, they've had a reputation where they haven't fallen through, and it's been sort of like 90% of what we wanted, and it just feels like they've fallen short with that 10%. I'd say ever since the end of the Thargoid War, that's not been true. I'd say that for most of the stuff that they've done, they've kicked it out the park every time. Well, maybe not with the Corsair, maybe not with Squadrons, but it's a heck of a lot better than what we had. And I do think that every single time we bring up the old problem functionality, I think that it's, we're beating a dead horse here. We'll just have to wait for it to be fixed, or whether or not it's a dead branch. We just have to let it go, and that shouldn't spoil what we're doing, what's happening now. Because I understand your trepidation, because we're all excited about operations, and we know that in the past that things have been 90% of there, and they've missed the important 10%. I think over the last 2 years, they've managed to prove to, I think, everybody in the community that they're capable of getting that final 10%.
100% agree. Yeah.
I desperately hope you're right.
Oh no, I do have the same jitters as you. Don't get me wrong. I do have the same jitters as you, because I felt the same when Power Play came out. I thought, especially when I explained what was happening with it, and Psychic, well, that's it. I'm not wanting to play it. Turned out to be really good. And the same with colonization. That turned out to be really good as well. Didn't expect it to be as addictive as it had been. But I think at the moment, ever since the end of the Thargoid War, I think Frontier have earned that trust back from what we wanted it all to be in the first place. They're not perfect. You just have to look at the dodo.
And with that in mind, they do. I'm gonna give them a lot of leeway in saying that they do listen. It's evident. Like, for example, you brought up the Power Play thing, so I'm gonna put this and then in back to you. Like, when a Power Play was initially announced, and the way that when we had access to the ship as well as the Power Play thing, we got that early access, and I don't think, had it stayed the way that it did, I don't think I would have engaged with it. But when they made those tweaks, and when Frontier recognized that the community were questioning some of the decisions, it turned Power Play into something incredibly enjoyable. And also, I think that is something to bear in mind going forward. It might not look like it, because there is so much going on and there are so few community managers now in Frontier, but they are aware of the general community feeling.
Yeah, I mean, I must admit, me and Ben, when CQC and Multicrew came out, the fact that the community really wasn't listened to. It was a case of, right, that's your lot. We're moving on to the next function. We're not going to touch it anymore. That attitude really put a lot of people off, and that's where a lot of resentment started building with the community relations. But as I said, I mean, things, especially under when Arth was about, things certainly improved. It took a long time to turn that around. But yeah, can I have my say about this season?
Go for it. One question.
Okay.
I think it was Alec who mentioned, this is like a gateway drug into doing your flag collecting, right?
Right.
A little bit, yeah.
Do you think there is any chance that Frontier might look at what we're doing here, and we're running around a group of flowers in one area and saying, okay, just give me them, and apply that to other things? Is there a benefit to that?
Well, this is what I was going to say. No.
Oh, sorry, Colin. I didn't mean to do your thunder there.
Right. As far as this is concerned, I enjoyed the first couple of hours. Of doing this, just like everybody else. It's been fun. It's now hit the monotonous side of things, and yeah, I do feel like I'm Commander Mario just jumping around all this stuff, which it's fine. The places are very pretty, but if this was all it's going to be, then I think I would be I'd feel like you, Ben. Oh, they've gone and screwed it again. There's the potential here that they've missed out on, but we know that there are further updates coming, and this is a storyline I can see them developing. Now, if you can imagine that at one point, once we've finished all their scanning, they find, there's stuff we can harvest from this. It's going to be like the meta-alloys all over again. And this planet, this little system, will become the new Dune with all the other...
Nice.
There'll be one unique property, or let's just say, I don't know, MacGuffinonium, and that everybody
You're back on the
will
tumbles again, aren't you, Colin?
Yeah. I reckon that this plot will eventually lead to the conflict between the different ships that have been set up around that system, and also interacting with those ships will also lead us into operations. So I think this is very, very much to me like the beginning of the Adamanster.
Yes.
We're moving into the next bit.
Yeah, kind of back fumbled a little tiny bit in comparison, but still very cool. I love the way that you're describing it though, of like having, I enjoyed it for 2 hours and then I got bored, because that's me and all exobiology. So it sounds like the perfect introduction to exobiology to me.
No, but I will say one thing. There is one moment it took my breath away, because I was on top of a tree. And just as I was walking around, I think I've actually got this on my my YouTube channel. I turned around and the sun was just coming up, and all the shadows were moving, and it looked absolutely stunning. Especially
I've just had that with where I'm leaving.
Yeah, the sun's coming up. You've got all the shadows. You've got the massive.
Have we lost Colin?
He said you've got the massive, and then he went away.
Massive what, Colin? What's massive?
What's massive, Colin? Colin, we lost you after you said massive. We didn't hear another word that you said.
Oh no!
Yeah, honestly, no. Re-articulate yourself, mate. It's fine. We'll go again.
Take it from
Run
massive.
it back, mate. Run it back.
Thank you.
I can't remember what I said now. I was in the flow. Never mind.
We got the gist.
Oh my god!
Right. So as far as I'm concerned, yes, it's been nice bouncing about and doing that, but I'm bored now. It looks pretty, yes, but I'm ready for something else. I think that one of the reasons why we're having to deal with 2-week CGs is because they've had to delay further functionality to put in, which means, Am I still with us? Or have I
You
gone?
are, yes.
no,
We're just listening to you now.
We were listening to what you had to say. We did. There's two extremes now. We either listen to Colin or he's gone.
Right. So, yes, with the only thing I'd say in conclusion is yes, we've had fun. Yes, it looks pretty, but okay, we'll have to
You're
wait
ready
to the
to
end of
move
this.
on now.
CG. I am ready to move on, but I've just realised. If anybody's seen the CG stats, we've now got over 20,000 people registered for this. The numbers are going up, so everybody's got to come back and do an extra 10 or 20 samples in order just to stay in the top 75.
Fine. That's like 5 minutes work. It's fine.
Yeah.
Easy.
I need to do hauling as well. So, yes.
The hauling will stay there.
To do.
Hauling is forever.
I can do all my buckyballing and then I can go back next week.
Yeah, it's fine. You've got like 2 weeks. It's all good.
17 at the moment. 17 is the cut-off.
But one thing I have to say is you have to congratulate the graphic artists because it does it looks phenomenal.
Oh, it's so damn pretty.
Yeah,
and so pretty, and totally came out of nowhere as well, which I think is really cool.
Yeah. So looking forward to that storyline developing. Even though it has been pointed out that, has everybody noticed that we're now doing the October Consortium's dirty work by researching things for them? Yes.
New baddies.
Has anyone noticed what a disgraceful state the October Consortium's space station is in? I've never seen so much litter and crap lying around. They seem decidedly shaky.
Xenogene Science is dirtier than usual?
Yeah, pay attention to the floor when you're running from your ship. It's there's bits of pipe and pizza boxes and old cans and
that sounds like
normal to me.
Sounds like Soak's home faction station.
Looks like a right dodgy place. This is not the home of a
it is
legitimate science.
An asteroid station.
Yeah.
Sounds like Glass Landing to me. Cool. Have we lost Colin again?
I don't know.
We might have lost Colin again, and the problem is we're moving. I think we're moving on to the power play rankings, and I really want Colin to be here to do it because it's mental. So I think we can pad a little tiny bit and wait until maybe Colin resurfaces.
Something a bloody virgin.
Well, I mean,
to be honest.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens in a minute, because hopefully,
massive something, and then bloody virgin. I don't know what's going on at Colin's house.
What is happening? Colin, are you back? Can you give us the power play rankings?
Go, Colin. While you can.
I'm sorry. I think Virgin is pulling the plug on me. I've lost. The router's gone down about 3 times in the last few minutes, so I'm afraid I'm probably going to have to drop out.
Okay.
I apologize for this. And
do you want to slip in some power play rankings first? We're happy.
If it can hold out, then we'll do the power play rankings.
Go. If you drop Colin, I've got you. Boo! Let's do this.
He goes.
In 12th place, we have Patreus, having gained 12 systems, bringing his total up to 669.
Nice.
In 11th, we have Torval, who's gained 14 systems, bringing her total up to 739. 10th, Delaney has gained 15 systems. That's bringing his total up to 742. In 9th place, Winters has gained £6, mostly because of my type, bringing her total up to 866. It's actually 36 new systems, but yes, that's the Apple keyboard getting in the way again. Right, in 8th, we have Antal gaining, brace yourselves here, 70 systems. Bringing his total up to 1,089. Kane in 7th gains 12 new systems, bringing her total up to 1,100. In 6th, we have Archer gaining a massive 40 systems, bringing their total up to 1,131. Grom in 5th matches those 40 systems, bringing his total up to 1,310. In 4th, we've got Lee Yong-Roo gaining 73 systems. That's 1,476 systems he's now in control of. Arissa manages a modest 33 new systems in third place, bringing her total up to 1,736. Mahan in second pulls ahead with 60 extra systems, bringing his total up to 1,819. But in first place, with a phenomenal 138 new systems, yes, 138, that would be Princess Aisling Duval, bringing her total up to 2,228. And that is your Power Play rankings this week.
Bonkers!
Wow, big numbers.
Yeah, mostly this has been because there's been cheap Sunteal relics, which is a special a special good which you can buy, and of course you drop them off and you get extra merits for dropping off special for these extra goods. And apparently they were very, very cheap to pick up.
Is it
And
cheap or
people.
supply? I think it might be supply.
Oh, that was it. It was supply. Yeah, there was a phenomenal, huge amount of supply. Frontier are looking into stopping that massive supply glut, and hopefully this won't be happening again. But also, in addition, this could be because the on-foot data has been enabled again. So we don't know which has been the deciding factor on this. We do suspect that it's the Suntool relics, which has been the fun extra stuff. Right. I don't. Oh, good grief! The router is now flashing weird things at me. I will say good night to everybody. I'll let you guys take it from here.
Catch you later, Colin.
You take care, Colin, and beware of flashing routers.
I really want to talk about operations as well.
It's all right. We can maybe talk about it again as well at some point. It's fine.
Oh, right.
Okay. Bye. Bye, Colin. I will make a note. Future Claire has remembered that past Claire wanted to make a note about Torval obviously not being able to gain any more systems this week because they'd had was it Torval? Yeah, it was Torval. Had the problem with like the 1 ton haulage
The 1 ton
thing,
hauling, which was a big thing for them, right?
Yeah, the huge thing for them. They've gained more systems than both Patreus and Kane, so hopefully they can quit their moaning now. To the one guy who wouldn't stop going on about it at me on YouTube the other day, I hope that's cool. But I mean, we're getting on. It's that time of the week again.
Store alert!
In the bi-weekly newsletter, here come paint jobs for your art. In the bi-weekly newsletter, here come paint jobs for your art. A store alert, a store alert, a store alert, a store alert, a store alert. Which one will you buy? A store alert, 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 a store alert. Which one will you buy?
And welcome back. In a timely fashion, very timely, very seasonal, Frontier this week have released the Halloween paint jobs for the Panther Clipper.
Yay!
Woohoo! Everything you could possibly have needed. The Halloween paint jobs for the Panther Clipper are here. To note, the cargo racks are coloured. It's a really cool skin. Shame it wasn't released like 2 weeks ago. That would have been great.
Yeah, it's funny because we talked about it. I think it's the one with the teeth, and we said, "Oh, they probably can't do the Panther Clipper because there's nowhere for the teeth to go." And it turns out, no, they just forgot to release it. I think.
And they didn't click the button, and now they're clicking the button for they're really nice. I love the fact that we've got that they've been able to paint the cargo holds. I haven't bought one because it's not Halloween anymore.
Yeah, I mean, this was 2 weeks after Halloween.
Yeah.
Just like I think you missed it, guys. Sorry. Maybe next year.
Maybe next year.
Nice try. I like Zach. I mean, Zach was trying hard on Twitter. It was something like, Halloween might be over, but the treats don't have to stop. Yes, I'm afraid they do. You've missed it.
Yeah, very funny. We also had there's some black ships are out somewhere. Hang on.
There's some shiny black. There's some glossy black.
The glossy black ones are out now, aren't they, as well? For some of the new ships, I think. Yeah, the Prospector Midnight Black, Black Gloss, the Type 8 Midnight Black Gloss, the Python Mark II Midnight Black Gloss, and the Panther Clipper Mark II Midnight Black Gloss. They're all marked on the store as new, so I am wildly taking Frontier at their word and saying that it's those. We also have the Type 11 Prospector in Void Black and Midnight Black as well on the store, but I don't think that's necessarily new. The Midnight Black glosses are according to the store, are the ones that came in new with the.
I feel like Void Blacks were the new things last week. And,
I think so as well. Yeah, the Midnight Black gloss ones are new this week. 10,000 of your arcs. I'm not gonna tell you what that is in real money, but 10,000 of your arcs for those. 6,000 of your arcs for any Spectrix purple. Other colours are available. I don't know why I just said purple. Yeah, so we have those that are available in the store. What a wild thing to release them anyway is shows chutzpah.
Yes. Snap. Excellent.
We did it. Can't believe we did that. Where did we get chutzpah from at the same time? That's amazing.
Funny. Psychic connection there.
I am so proud of us. Have you started using the brain cell as well? Oh my gosh.
Don't share it. You know where it's been.
Are we gonna basically between me and Chris Mark 4? Have you bought any of the Midnight Black gloss skins, either of you?
I haven't. I'm really hovering over the Void Black because the thing I have with paint jobs is that I settle into a paint job like my ships. You know, they've got their name and they've got their paint job, and it kind of becomes like a character.
It's the personality, isn't it?
Yeah, and so I don't change paint job. So much as I want a Void Black for my Mandalay, I like what I've got on it. So I don't.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same. I gave my Mandalay the Halloween one with teeth, and I like it, and I'm not going to change it.
I suppose I should get the Void Black for my Cobra Mark V and for the rest of the buckyball, because I haven't really settled on a paint job for the Mark V, so I could do that. Maybe I'll do that.
Maybe I should get the new one for the Panther Clipper. But I think I quite like the one I've got my Panther Clipper too, to be honest.
I've got the big glossy ruby red thing on the Clipper, which looks.
I just bought the pink as soon as it appeared, and then I'm not.
Yeah,
let's be honest, it's unlikely that I'm going to switch out of that one. But yeah, those are your paint jobs that are available. That are available this week. Very, very timely. Just when all of the stores are putting up their Christmas decorations. Frontier, no sir, let's get out some more of those Halloween stuff.
I am now picturing not Halloween. Like, I don't know, a Mandalay. No. The Corsair with the red nose.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
They never go silly with ships outside of Halloween. We'd never. I dare you, Frontier.
A silly ship. That'd be amazing.
Please do a silly ship for Christmas, Frontier.
Yeah.
Me and Ben would love it.
You know the hologram one where the pattern ripples down. They should just have ho 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 going down.
Or snowflakes. Snowflakes, man.
Snowflakes.
Yeah.
Snowflakes would be. I was going to say I'd pay for that. No, I wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't either. But
I'd look at it and be, oh, that's really cool. Someone would really like to pay for that, but I wouldn't.
I do think that the existing hologram, if it could be ported onto like racing ships,
that's
potentially.
Yeah,
there's a world. In a world where those holograms get put onto other ships rather than just 6 for the Type 11, hopefully, I'd Yeah, that'd be really fun. I'd love like nonsense Christmas skins. Epaphras just made me laugh in chat because he wrote Christmas paints coming in the new year. Which just made me laugh something chronic. Hey, pals.
Talking about doing things a little bit after the time.
Yeah, talking about doing things a little bit after the time.
Guess what I went off and spent too much money on today?
I don't know.
Stuff for Remembrance Day.
Excellent. Anyway, so talking also about doing stuff a little bit after the time, shall we take an ad break? Yeah, let's do that. We might hear something a little new.
Ooh.
I just love my Trumbles, so playful, so fluffy. So wait, no, stay away from those puddles. Oh no, how am I ever gonna get you dry? This'll take forever.
Not anymore. Introducing the Trumble Dryer.
What you doing in my house?
With the latest in centrifugal technology, combined with caustic heat generating compound, the Trumble Dryer gets your Trumbles dry, fluffy and fresher than ever in no time.
Oh wow, they smell good too.
Well, that's thanks to our scent packs, available in Lavender Bliss, Sweet Mandarin and Grapefruit, Dark Amber and Fig, and Africa.
Where can I get a Trumble Dryer of my own?
At Pets in Space, of course, and all participating retailers across the bubble. Have an overpopulation problem? Turn your Trumbles from troublesome to tasty. Just add one of our seasoning sachets and use the Trumble Dryer's air fry, biltong or jerky setting. Delicious. The Trumble Dryer from Galactic Companion Co. Buy it now.
For generations, we believed we were alone, that life on Sol was sacrosanct. But as soon as we could see further and reach further, we jumped further. In an endless search for the truth. In a galaxy of 400 billion star systems, basic life has grown abundant. We are not alone. We are part of ecosystems spanning planets and stars, bacteria and fungoids, grasses and shrubs, exquisite flowers and bulbs thrive under the most alien tinted atmospheres. At Vista Genomics, we wish to trace them all, to catalog and collect every specimen from every sector, to build up a picture of where we fit in the galaxy. The search for our beginnings begins with you.
This is a public service announcement from the Fuel Rats. Please stop what you're doing and pay attention. If we can rescue you, we will, but you can help us help you by following these easy steps. 1. Fly 50 light seconds or so from the system's main star and drop out of Supercruise. 2. Note down the current system and the nearest stellar body. 3. If you're on emergency life support, log out immediately. 4. Go to fuelrats.org and click Get Help. 5. Stay calm, hold your breath, and let our seasoned professionals do what they do best. The Fuel Rats. We have fuel, you don't. Any questions?
Okay, and welcome back. That was a Trumble Dryer advert, which is entirely from the incredible mind of Chris. He wrote that, and then he sent me the full advert with him doing both of the voices, and I went, we need a We need a sounder like oh my god, what's his name? Where is it? Matt Berry. A Matt Berry sounder like to do it, and then a couple of different people reached out to me, and we had one, and we had 3 really, really good voices, and it was very difficult to choose. But that is Commander Hoots, who we went with. So I love that. I love it entirely. It is my new favorite ad. Every single time Chris does another ad, it's my new favorite ad. Anyway.
It's very funny. Very funny. I can't wait to do it again.
My favorite joke is, and Africa will never not make me laugh.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah, I think that got us all, didn't it? Live.
Yeah, or the jerky setting. I like the jerky setting. As well.
Jerky setting is also really really good. I really like it. So right. Okay. Colin's not here. Colin has like a list of notes about operations that he wants to talk about. So very basically, things that we know so far is that it is it's for you and up to 3 other commanders. It will be a mixture of space stuff and on foot stuff, and go to places we've never been allowed before. So like megaships. They showed off some megaships. Zach also in the video talked about it being at the moment they were working on a combat and also mining scenarios. They didn't mention anything else.
They said something more in the future, but
more in the future, yeah. Which I'm perfectly fine with. What are your thoughts? Let's start with Alec.
Okay. I'm not unenthusiastic. I do think it's cool, but I'm possibly at the bottom end of the enthusiastic scale compared to what other people. So I suppose my reservations are, I think, okay, the 2 main reservations. One is how they'll introduce it into the game. So I think I mentioned the example of CQC. I don't think they'll be so far out of the game that they'll be in a completely separate sort of, main menu option. They sort of could be where the training scenarios are, but I don't think they'll be there. I was trying to decide what would work for me. My problem is, I want them to feel like they're taking place in the galaxy. And I'm not just going off to play some mini game off to the side. I want to feel like the mission I'm on, the operation I'm on is happening in the same galaxy that I fly around in the rest of the time. And for me, one way that they could fix that, so team of 4. So I'm thinking, okay, how can they limit it to a team of 4, make that work? If the team of 4, up to 4, got on to an operations megaship, which then went off into a tunnel and into an instance where the 4 can then do their thing, that would feel very satisfactory to me. I think that would work. I think that would be quite a cool way of doing it.
You go onto the megaship and jump in an elevator or something?
Yeah, because some of the other scenarios that people have come up with for how it might start, kind of you sort of leave your ships behind, which seems a shame. And I thought, well, if up to 4 players could land on a megaship, a special operations megaship, and go off on a mission together, and the mission goes through its hyperspace tunnel, and then you're all in an instance from that point onwards, that would work for me. That would be cool.
Agreed.
And then my other little reservation is just I just see people getting a bit carried away about going to places we've never seen before, and certainly what they showed, it's really just a reskinned power room. It's just they've taken a settlement power room and tiled it 100 times so it looks like a big room. So I'm keeping my reservations very in check about places we've never seen before, because I think sculpting brand new environments, like people started talking about inside of Thargoid crashed ships, and whole new, literally sort of brand new sculpted interiors, I'd be quite surprised if we see that. I think they'll use what they've got.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it sounds really cool. I'm definitely down for it. I think it sounds cool.
I'm tempted to agree with you there. It never occurred to me that it would be in the outside of the game universe. So just to clarify, have people been saying that would be in a
that was
separate
me. That was
menu?
my first thought. I thought it was just going to. I mean,
Really?
how are they going to do this? How are you going to queue up for an operation?
I just assumed it would be
Where's
on the
it gonna-
mission board.
Right? Yeah, maybe.
What about you? What about you, Ben? I know.
But where do you go? It has to be in an instance.
Yeah. I think I'm with you with you pick it up on the mission board and then you go to the megaship. You do any of the fighting outside the megaship, and maybe other people can join in if they're in the area outside of the megaship. But then if you're a megaship being cited as an example, but if there is like an internal bit that you have to do, I feel like that's the point where it goes, okay, it's just the four of you now, or however many of you it is. It's locked to you then, and then you move into your own instance. I think that's the best of both worlds kind of scenario. Like once you've been doing the bit that is in what we would call maybe real space, and then it then moves into an instance of its own once you go inside a megaship.
I mean, we got to remember there's Braven tunnels and hidden loading screens when you drop in a Coriolis, or even when you get pulled out, when you get interdicted. That essentially drops you into your own little bit of space and your own bit of real space. I don't see why any of these couldn't technically become, hey, this is your instance, this is your instance, this is yours.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
I don't have any issues if that that bit in space is my instance, or that bit in space is for everybody. I think for balancing it, especially against 4 people, it might be better if even the bit outside is also instance.
Sure.
We've just never seen Frontier doing instancing like this before. So this is some new tech they've had to invent. Well, not invent, they've had to implement. And that's great.
Refine is probably a better word, isn't it, when we talk about instancing? Rather than inventing inventing.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose, we've got... do we have... We do have sort of
you're
instancing.
more likely to instance with your team members.
Yeah.
Unless you're trying to drop into a massive instance and they're dragging,
you're trying to drop in with everyone in the burp pit or whatever.
Yeah, that kind of thing. But normally I've always, I'm gonna knock on wood here, but I've always found that more recently, instancing has been pretty successful, and I'm talking like Thargoid War stuff here as well. Like that, it's been pretty consistent.
It has been. It's been good, almost.
So, if like, there's no reason why Frontier wouldn't be in a place where they can then build off what they had in and what they've already done to make the instancing better, more refined on the current instancing to refine it further for operations in the way that Alec's talking about and that you're talking about.
Yeah. But I mean, I think this is where I'm basically having to do what Alex is saying and just calm my heels, because oh my god, there is so much they could potentially do with this. And I remember, back in the day, Alan used to be very much the whole roller coaster theme park ride versus the here's your Lego bricks kind of thing. And you're,
right.
And the rough premise was Elite is a whole lot of Lego bricks, and you can just do them as you feel free. And you don't have the content locust problem.
Right, yeah.
Damn it, I like a story.
Yeah. Okay. So you're talking about being a little bit more on rails.
Yeah. I mean, I think, we go and do this and investigate that, and I hope we're telling some kind of overarching story.
Yeah.
And I know this is something we've been talking about amongst ourselves, and I would very happily pay real money for an operation or a set of operations, fully voice acted, etc., telling a story arc. And I would adore that kind of DLC.
Yeah,
But it's so much theme park.
I don't. I think it. I would prefer to pay for a DLC that is a fully fleshed out operations that I would for a fucking Dodec. That's for sure. But there is it's. I feel like as soon as operations was announced, and I said this when we talked about colonization as well, as soon as colonization was announced, my brain went, here is the design document. This is exactly what I want it to look like, and I don't want it to be different from this. I was lucky with colonization that it's kind of followed the design document that I had in my head pretty well, but I feel that my expectation of operations is skewed by other games and the way that Jump Space, which I will continue to harp on about, the way that Jump Space does these sort of jumping between different missions and they jump between different missions and you go from like one spot to another. There's a little bit of in the air fighting, and then you go into a space. You go into like a mining facility, or you go into a big ship and the ship's on fire and you're getting stuff. And that feels, I think when I first started playing Jump Space, one of the first things I said was Elite could never, and yet here we are, like a few months down the line, and Elite is kind of thinking about it.
Yeah, and this is where, you know, my caution from earlier is basically coming. It's like, I want it.
Yeah.
Calm down, Ben. Calm down.
I think both of you and I were both gnawing on the bars of our enclosure, going, we really, this is something that we really have been after and have been needing. I worry. My main concerns with it are the inevitability that someone is going to be like, oh, it's repetitive. It's all the same mission. We do it again and again and again, and it's all the same. Yeah. And to which I say, what other gameplay loop are you talking about? Because this whole game is full of repetitive gameplay loops.
Yeah.
So
I think it is slightly more relevant here. You know, the Frontier specifically referred to it, and they basically said something like, you know, you can choose to play through it again if you like.
Yeah.
I think it's a scripted scenario with a beginning and a middle and an end, is what I'm getting.
I know. You
know,
if
you go in to have a scripted scenario that has a start, a middle, and an end, and you battle your way through waves of enemies or whatever, and you get to the finish, ta-da, and you finish and you kill the big bad, and you're out of there. So the accusation, you know, so it would be repetitive, but you know, it's up to you if you don't want to. Obviously, the enemies will move in different directions. Hopefully, the work they're doing on the AI will mean that it plays out differently each time.
But so it's like a normal mission. If you pick up a mission to go and like assassinate a person, there are only so many different ways that you can go ahead. I know I will be called out for that being the first mission I think of. But if you've got like a takedown mission, there are only so many different ways that those takedown missions play out. And that is find the alarm, turn off the alarm, kill everybody. At some point, you'll kill the person who is your target, and then leave, go and find another takedown mission and rinse and repeat. And if a mission or an operation is that but a few more steps, I'm not going to hate it, and I'm not going to hate repeating it. I doubt it's going to be quite as scripted as you think. I'd love it to be modular, for it to be themed and modular, which is kind of the way that Jump Space does it. Is all of these things fit together. They follow a very similar theme, and then you sort of like you're spat out at the end with like extra modules, extra components, and credits and those kind of things, and you've finished a step by step with a big culminating thing at the end. And there's maybe like 6, probably more than that actually, maybe like 10 different scenarios where the final thing is, but the journey is different each time, and that would keep it fresh.
Have you played things like World of Warcraft or Star Wars Old Republic?
Not World of Warcraft,
etc.?
not Star Wars. I've played Destiny.
You're thinking dungeons, right, Ben?
I mean, exactly thinking dungeons. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the number of times I've run Dead Mines, for example.
And that is the excellent argument against the repetitive now. I think that's an excellent argument against the repetitive accusation is, what about dungeons? People happily play those time after time. So
we're doing that so many times.
Yeah.
And that's why I think you can compare it to Elite as well. Like as I say, like everything that you do in Elite is repetitive. You know, like even buckyball racing, which isn't an Elite thing, it's repetitive. You stop and you repeat and you do it again and you do it again. Like all of the things that we do in Elite, for the most part, have an element of repetition in them until we get good at it.
Even scanning flowers.
Turns out you get good at that very quickly.
I mean, jury's still out. I went and did actual exploration because it was one of my power play missions the other day, and it was not fun. It settled with me. My initial assumption when I first tried it that it wasn't fun still wasn't particularly fun, even with the increased thing. But I was told in chat that I was doing it wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I know, like Witherspoon, for example. I remember talking to Pete, and he'd just like go somewhere and just go up at the view for hours on end.
Mm-hmm.
And that might be what explorers get out of it, but that's never been me.
And it's super pretty. Like the game's pretty. I don't have to go 50,000 light years out to see a pretty game. It's all right. I can go to a planet that's right next door to where I am currently. I'm pretty sure I'll see a pretty game. Space is really fucking cool.
I will say though, I spent probably a good hour, which is a record for me doing this kind of thing, at Sagittarius A Star.
Right. Okay.
But even Sagittarius there.
Yep.
Yeah, after an hour, I was like, okay, this is cool. It's a fucking massive black hole. Source one is awesome. I've been here. I've taken the photos, and I'm moving on.
Yeah, but I don't. I think there's. I don't think that there will be the people who operations are aimed at. I feel are your people who have more so embraced Odyssey as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the people who complain about it being repetitive will be the same people who went, oh, it's just plants in it with this.
Yeah.
Or like there will be no pleasing some people. And that's not to negate people who have valid arguments, but there will be no pleasing some people. I'm really enjoying scanning plants. I think I'm probably still going to be really enjoying scanning plants. Ask me again next week and I will tell you. Well, scanning these plants, not the other plants. The other plants are bad. But
that's what I was wondering about. Would you be all right scanning the other plants if they were as dense as these?
Well, if they were as dense as these, yes. But also, that detracts from what other people love about exploration, and I don't want to be. I'm quite perfectly happy not doing it for the same reason that some people are quite perfectly happy not doing on-foot combat. I think if Frontier are super savvy and can incorporate almost every part of the game of what you can do in the live space game, I should clarify, not CQC or logging into a different menu and all of that. If they can eventually get to a point with operations where there is plant scanning involved as well, you have to have scanned like a certain number of plants to be able to, you give those to the Vista Genomics, and then that shows you, oh, there's a big thing of plants over here, but there's some other people who are going, NPCs who are going for it, so you have to go out and fight those NPCs for the plants, and then you go and land on them.
I hate this. Oh god, what about if you introduce a bit of PvP? You're in this part of the area, another group's over there, and you and another group are in competition for the plant.
I can see that being a big thing down the line, like competitive operations.
Sorry, I just had a thought of that.
Yeah, I can see them doing
absolutely.
that.
It's not something that I would engage in. It's not a personal thing that I have any.
Despite your
interest in
enjoyment of murder.
Yeah, like NPC murder. I don't have the only way that I feel like I would get involved with like PvP on foot stuff or even in Sky would be on a completely different log into from the menu. So I'm talking CQC here, but I think a lot of the even I'm going to cite colonization of an example because there was something that you said, Ben, about is there a way for another player to combat your colonization efforts? And I think the deliberate fact that there isn't is indicative of the direction in which Frontier is going with this. That would be my take. I'd be more surprised if there was PvP involved in it at all than if this was the end of the CG the mushroom stuff. That was the end.
I don't.
I think my biggest prayer, I guess, is that Frontier don't cheap out on it. I want it to be voice acted. I want it to be diverse.
Give me a definition of that.
So I want it to be I want voice acting in there. I want them to be diverse. I want the story to be good. I want the locations to be nice. I don't want to walk around generic corridor number 3, capture an energy node from the power converter or whatever, and then take it back and maybe fight a boss whose health pool is twice as high as everyone else's.
I feel like it would be quite easy to slap together a bunch of components that we already have with very little glue and call it operations. And I hope they've done more than that.
Yeah,
I hope there's an element of that. I hope if they want to add bits of that as filler to make them feel a bit like it is still connected to the world, because Corridor 3 is rampant in Elite. Yeah, absolutely. But I wouldn't mind some like hand sculpted bits, because they've proven with these Radicoida that they have the ability to hand sculpt some bits. I think I would like to think that the images that they showed us in the video announcing the big 3 core things that were coming, I would like to think in that video they showed us stuff that wasn't spoilers and wasn't related to like
I hope so,
cool new things, and we have to find out that for ourselves.
I mean, to be honest, it
cool.
wasn't a bad choice of image, because it gave you a very immediate idea that we could go in a team and we've got to shut down a dozen power generators.
Yes.
While we're under
absolutely.
fire. You know, it's like, okay, I get what that could be like.
Yeah,
and that's just one example.
It's the entire. There's a way to do this that is high quality, but also damn expensive.
Yeah.
And then there's a way to do this that's cheap.
Well, I'll take cheap inserts to pad it out.
Yeah.
I'd take like a little bit of rice in there to pad out the to accompany my curry. Do you know what I mean? I'll take that. I'll deal with that. I'll probably enjoy that. I'll let that soak up some of the flavor of the new stuff.
I enjoy some biryani or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. I'm very excited about the potential that this has, and if it's a potential of something that they will build on. And I certainly got that impression that they will be building on building on this going forward, and hopefully using every part of the.
Here's a question
of the game.
How long do you think it will take to play through an operation from start to finish?
I hope that there is a time indicator on there.
Yeah,
and
that'd be nice.
That
Oh, so
comes
you
from
pick
yeah.
an operation of a suitable length.
Yeah,
that
depending
comes
on how long
from
you've got. Yeah.
Jump Space. Funnily enough,
Cool. I really need to watch some Jump Space because
Yeah,
clearly a lot
yeah.
of your thinking has come from it, and I need to watch some.
When you pick a mission from the map on a when you're at the home hub and Jump Space, when you pick a mission from the map, you are given very clearly, you are told whether or not it is like easy, moderate, hard. It's got 5 different levels of difficulty. It also scales if you have if you don't have a full group of 4, it will scale the amount of enemies and the difficulty of the enemies for you as well. But also when you're picking that, it will tell you how long it will expect to take, ranging from like 20 minutes to I've seen 2 hours.
Okay, nice.
Well, that's awesome. I like that.
Nice.
So yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in there that I'd love to see. I'd love to see sort of Elite take inspiration from with that.
One thing I really, 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 really don't want them to take inspiration from is a certain game in using AI for their voices or whatever.
Their voices, yes, please. I don't want and I'm gonna little shout out to Profane Pagan for absolutely fighting in the trenches on the Frontier Unlocked Discord when people were like, "Oh no, we'd love them to have AI. Fuck off." I would rather they didn't do voices at all than Gen AI. Even if they've got the voices in and they're in the Arc Raiders way, even if they've got the voices in, they've paid them for a pittance to use their voices and then use those voices to create generative AI stuff. I would rather them just not do it at all. Frontier know how strongly their supporters feel about AI after they had to walk back the AI scientists that were generated in Jurassic World. And hey, that's been nominated for a Game Award. So yeah, we need to make sure that's really, really make sure that's not the case. I wouldn't touch it with a barge pole. I would be if there was AI. That would be by Elite. That would be the end of my relationship with this game, and that hurts me. So fingers crossed that's not the case, because I fucking love this game.
I'm just being evil now. Sorry, I'm just picturing them paying, like, say your favorite voice actors or something like that.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter who it is.
To use them, but they've paid them for their use of their voices as generative AI. Train the models on your favorite voice actor.
No. Please no. Absolutely not. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who it is at that point.
No.
That's a bit of a sour note to know. No, it isn't. Fuck AI.
Agreed. Fuck AI.
We will talk a little. Obviously, we did ask a question of the week this week. We are doing a big roundup of these 3 questions of the weeks. I say 3. We've only done 2 so far, but there will be the question of the week on Sunday around the time Black Diamond FM finishes, or between 12 and 2. Hey, listen to Black Diamond FM. Chris is really good. He's just such a good DJ. You should definitely listen to him. It's a lot of fun. Go check out our Twitter, or Blue Sky, or Discord, where we post a question of the week each week. On Sunday, it will be the
Caspian?
Sunday we'll be talking about the Caspian Explorer. So please do please think about how you feel about that, and we will be there. Right. I think that's about it for this week.
Good. We will get Colin's thoughts on operations.
We can. Yes. We'll be talking about operations and the Caspian next week, but we probably won't have an awful lot of stuff to do at the beginning of the show. So the ad break might come at a sensible time. In which case, it's time to move on to our shout outs. Our sister station, Hutton Orbital Radio, broadcasts on Thursdays from 8:30 p.m. You can tune in at twitch.tv/Hutton Orbital Truckers, or for just the audio at radio.forthemug.com. For the discerning commander who likes a bit of CQC action, check out the CQC Discord at discord.me/Elite Dangerous CQC. We're also giving shout outs to the following Elite Dangerous podcasts. Those are the Guard Frequency, who do other space games, Loose Screws.
What about them French lot?
What about them French lot? I don't know about the French lot. I just let the funky music do the talking. But I hear that the Elite Dangerous folks also do a podcast, and they have those missions that you can partake in. Also, the Distant Worlds podcast every 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Thank you. Following this, I hope we have the latest Scoutnet News Digest, as provided by the wonderful Commander Wotherspoon and the beautiful Commander Beetlejude. Thank you so much to those who have chipped in on Twitch chat, and the in-game commanders who have visited Chrismot 5 have been Siberius and Rocky Star. Special thanks to Commander Tokoso, JN Trax, and Alan and Stroud, who created the music used on the show. And that's it for another episode of Lave Radio. If you'd like to get in touch with the show, then you can find contact links in the home/contact us menu of the laveradio.com website. Do let us know if you have any questions, or if there's anything you'd like us to discuss in a future episode. Lave Radio is recorded live on a Tuesday evening at 8:30 p.m. and streamed out at laveradio.com/live. Thanks to Ben!
Ooh! Oh, how we did it.
DuckTales, a woo! Thanks to Alec.
I don't know what's happening. Thanks, Claire. Good night, all.
And thanks to Colin for first half of the show. Thanks to Colin, and extra special thanks to today's tech specialist, Epaphras.
You're welcome.
Hey! Until next time, commanders, fly safe. And if you can't do that, fly dangerous.
Is your life like this? Sounds like someone having an orange inserted into them. Need a safe word. Space can be done. I'm going to see the galaxy.
Damn it. No worries, guys. Hold the fort for 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Galnet News Update, 18th of November, 3311. Commanders are having fun in HIP 87621. Since the permit lot was granted on Thursday, an awful lot of blue trees have been found, and they all need to be scanned repeatedly. And so we see commanders leaping elegantly from branch to bough, from aerial root to giant leaf. Dyson scanning the life out of those heat-loving, carbon dioxide-gobbling, woody megashrubs. All the scan data is being handed in to the October Consortium at their Exogene Sciences asteroid base, where their definitely not evil scientists are learning everything there is to know about blue trees that live in HIP 87621. Meanwhile, in neighbouring systems, the two October Consortium megaships, the Cygnus and the Orion, are still hopelessly failing to meet up, so they can jump to HIP 87621 together. They've been waiting there for a couple of months now. Haven't they been told that the permit's been lifted, and they can hop in and enjoy all the bioscanning fun? Also, in the neighbouring systems, 12 minor factions that have spent every penny on new starports, outposts and planetary ports in every system for 20 light years in every direction have been seemingly abandoned by the galactic powers they thought they were helping out. Every one of those 12 factions has an allegiance with the power, and they must have been hoping that General Secretary and hero of the EG Pilots Party, Yuri Grom, socialite TikToker and princess of the retail bathwater, Aisling Duval, dull brown Prime Minister Mahan, of the leather elbow patches, or whoever else would be thanking them by now for setting up new power strongholds. Yet strangely, the whole region remains entirely without any form of power presence, almost as if there's something missing that we all need to wait for. Possibly until early in the new year. It's a strange, thumb-twiddling time, and there's only so much that the opportunity to leap from tree to tree with a single bound, while binging wildly to see which bits go green, can do to disguise that fact.